Mental health, behavioral health is a team sport. The role of the caregiver is accountability. It's only so much that a child or a teenager can do for themselves. They're going to need their caregiver's support along the therapeutic journey. I am enlisting the help of mom, dad, siblings, grandparents to get buy-in to make this person well and whole.
Some of the things that contribute to kids having mental health are relationships and connections with their peers, with their parents, with any other adults in their life are really important in helping them regulate their emotions and also understanding how they can safely interact with the world around them.
So mental health issues in children and adolescents are unfortunately more common than we'd like them to be. So in any given year, about 1 in 5 children or teens meets criteria for an emotional or behavioral health disorder. So this would include things like anxiety, depression, disruptive behavior problems, or autism. This means that about 5 million children and teens a year are having difficulty with their. And in response, in 2021, a number of leading pediatric and psychiatry organizations declared a national state of emergency in children's mental health.
Then around 2012, in some of the large national surveys of adolescents, I started to see changes that were bigger and more sudden. I had really never seen anything like it. So for example, more and more teens said that they felt left out. More said that they felt lonely. More said they felt like they couldn't do anything right, that their life wasn't useful, that they didn't enjoy life. And these are classic symptoms of depression. Major depressive episodes, so clinical level depression that really requires treatment, doubled among both adolescents and young adults. Doubled among 15 to 19-year-old girls and young women, and quadrupled among 10 to 14-year-old girls. The suicide rate in these adolescent age groups doubled over that time period.
भारत के बच्चे खुश क्यों नहीं?
आज भारत में हर 4 में से एक बच्चा डिप्रेशन से गुजर रहा है। इसका रीजन क्या है और इसे जानने से हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
तो में से एक बच्चे को मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज का सामना करना पड़ता है। ऐसे इश्यूज जहाँ पर सब ठीक हो जाएगा कि नहीं, मेडिकल हेल्प की जरूरत होती है।
डिप्रेशन, एंजाइटी, ADHD, यहाँ तक स्किज़ोफ्रेनिया भी, जहाँ बच्चों को हेलुसिनेशंस होते हैं।
क्या आप गेस कर सकते हैं कि उनमें से कितने बच्चों को मेडिकल सपोर्ट मिलता है? Less than 1%.
क्योंकि भारत में मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में खुलकर बातें होती ही नहीं।
बच्चों के दोस्त समझने की कैपेसिटी नहीं रखते और बड़े समझने की इच्छा नहीं जताते। रिजल्ट एक घुटन सी होने लगती है। स्टडीज कहते हैं कि डिप्रेशन और एंजाइटी का हमारे डाइजेस्टिव प्रोसेस पर डायरेक्टली इम्पैक्ट दिखता है, जिससे फ्यूचर में डायबिटीज के चांसेस बढ़ते हैं।
भारत दुनिया का डायबिटीज कैपिटल है। 14 नवंबर इज चिल्ड्रंस डे इन इंडिया एंड इंटरेस्टिंगली इट्स आल्सो वर्ल्ड डायबिटीज डे।
शायद ये कोई कोइंसिडेंस नहीं, एक साइन है कि हमें हमारे बच्चों की मेंटल हेल्थ पर भी ध्यान देने की जरूरत है।
Looking at the screen and eating, if you come to US, there'll be only one kid out of 100 kids who's not doing that.
No, it's the same here also.
It's a yes.
Even in hospitals, we do see that every child who is admitted, without looking at the screen, they don't eat at all.
But practically speaking, you have your own kids as well. What do you do?
No, it depends.
I'm creating problem in your family.
Hi there. My name is Dr. Ravi Swami. I'm one of the consultant neonatologists working at multiple hospitals in Bangalore, and I'm also the national trainer for Bailey Scales of Infant Development. Today, I'm going to talk briefly about development delay in children in my practice, how we need to identify them, and how best to manage them. The way developmental delay presents to us is probably in the form the parents do tell that the child is not performing very well in the classroom, or some of the normal milestones saying that the child is not able to sit, not able to walk. The main thing what we see nowadays is the speech delay. Many parents do report that the child is not talking, and or we see some behavioral issues such as the autism spectrum disorder. And of course, the most commonest problem most parents come to me is with the child is not growing properly, poor weight gain, poor height, and so on. The newer issue is the screen time, and many of the children are stuck in this phase as well. So what my aim in, of course, many of the developmental pediatrician do is to see that if we can recognize these delays as early as possible so that we can optimize neuroplasticity. Now the question comes, what is neuroplasticity? And if you compare with the chimpanzee brain, which usually grows until the term and then it stops, whereas the newborn baby brain keeps growing, and at term it's only almost like half of the brain size is achieved, and you have another 24 months before it can achieve at least 80 to 90% of the adult brain size. So what we can do is we can focus on intervention in the first 2 years so that we can minimize the developmental delay. There are various ways which your doctor can help. For example, looking at some clinical tools, do a neurological examination. There are some tests which includes neuroimaging and so on, and doing some neurological follow-up tests. But what we require is that it's not a one-man show. It usually needs a team. And me being a pediatrician, I'm one of the members of the team, but we need psychologists who can look into the child, talk to them, and so on. And we need help of dietitians and nutritionists who can plan their diet. We require physiotherapists and occupational therapists to manage the motor delay. We need speech and language therapists to manage their speech delay. And of course, we need a special education tutor, social worker, and so on. So it is a team show. At the end of the day, we are working towards a preventive approach. So as many as possible children should come in contact with people. The more faces they see, the more they talk, less away from the screen time, then that is very helpful for the children in terms of avoiding some form of development delay. We have to integrate our care with other specialities. So one of the things which I would still say is the current major issue is the screen, and getting your children during this summer to any of these camps will help them to focus and unleash their potential. So thank you very much for listening.
Hi everyone, I'm Tanya Sharma, a consultant clinical psychologist. Just 5 more minutes. I think we have been using this statement with our kids a lot of times. It must be a small convenience right now, but it will just become a pattern for your child. You must have seen some early signs in your child. The child would just get irritable or probably showing a lot of meltdown when you snatch their phones, when you ask them to turn off their TVs or, to get away from the screens. Try and understand that all these issues are coming from the screen. The amount of time the child is actually putting up in the screen. This is how our brain develops. The screen is providing with a lot of stimulation, a lot of stimulation. When I'm talking about stimulation, it makes the brain get more active. And when the child is supposed to do some task which needs a lot of patience, which needs a lot of effort, the brain would not be able to take it, because the brain has already adapted to the fact that I need more stimulation to work. And the outcome of this kind of stimulation is mood fluctuations, disturbance in sleep, difficulty in concentration and attention, and a lot of behavioral issues. And therefore, we are coming with a Brain Boost Camp. It is a structured, expert-led program designed to help children understand their habits, train their brain to focus, build healthy routines, giving them boundaries. At the same point of time, the skills that you cannot develop in a class, the skills that you need to learn. And all through, the fun activities that they'll have, games, and something which is very important, real life skill building. This is not just, another class that they'll be attending. It's a step toward helping your child becoming more balanced, more focused, and more confident. And at the same point of time, helping the child to understand the limitations, the boundaries, and how to adapt the environment. Thank you.
Hi, I am Mahalakshmi, clinical nutritionist. Honestly, this is something most of us are seeing in a home, but really not noticing it. Today, children are not eating food just the food, but along with the screen with no awareness. So they really don't know what is going inside them, and they don't know when they are full. So this can lead them to poor food choices like junk foods, and they rely on fast foods. So this can lead them to poor mental stability, low focus, and they tend to get irritated often. And the issue here is not with the food. The issue is the habit developed around the food. So here is where a summer camp can help your children, where they learn in a fun, practical way. So children, once they understand, they tend to follow it as a habit. And anything that is cultivated at this age tend to be a habit for a longer period of time. So enroll your kids into a summer camp where it can make the meal time less stress for the parents, and kids can also enjoy their meal time with more awareness. Thank you.
Today's children are growing up in a world very different from what we knew. Screens are no longer just entertainment, but they have become constant companions. Many parents are noticing the same patterns. My child doesn't listen anymore. He gets irritated so quickly when I take his phone away. She sits to study, but within minutes she gets distracted. And it doesn't stop there. Sleep cycles are disturbed. Children are staying up so late and waking up tired all the day. Eating habits are changing, skipping meals, eating in front of the screens, low energy during the day. And slowly something deeper is happening. Attention spans are reducing, patience is decreasing, emotional outbursts are increasing. And as parents, you're trying everything, setting rules, taking phone away, repeating instructions, and whatnot. But it often turns into a daily struggle. Because this is not just about discipline anymore. It's about how the child's brain is adapting to a fast, high stimulation world. Children today are facing challenges in focus, self-control, energy regulation, and emotional balance. And the biggest question as parents are asking is, how do I help my child without constant fights, stress, or guilt? What if I told you that your child could improve all of these naturally, not through force, but through understanding, awareness, and the right guidance? Introducing Brain Boost Camp, a structured, expert-led program designed to help children understand their habits, train their brain to focus, and all of these through fun activities, games, and real-life skill building. This is not just another class. It's a step towards helping your child become more balanced, focused, and confident. Join us and discover what your child is truly capable of. Registrations are now open, limited seats available in your society.